Hello. We have different languages that sound completely unique from one another. We have different cultures that vary vastly. We have different ideologies that may oppose or attract one another. But the one thing that remains constant and universal are stories. Once upon a time, people used to sit around a blazing campfire and tell stories about bravery, about caution, about pride. They said, yes, bravery is admired, caution is required, and pride is admonished. This was how they survived. These stories were passed from parent to child, from generation to generation to generation. And very much like a living, breathing organism, it changed and evolved with time. Stories that were primarily focused on strength and survival changed into stories of love and becoming better people because we went from living in the forests to towns and villages. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rishikesh, and as Jacob introduced me, I am an author. I love stories, and I'm very biased in this topic. And hopefully, with this speech, I can convey to you that they are not just for entertainment, but also something greater. Now, let's start off with a question. Who all have heard, watched, or read a story that deeply connected with them? Just raise your hands. Don't worry, I won't call you up to stage or anything. Just raise your hands. Okay, I see a lot of you here. Good. When you read a story that understands you and that understands that problem well and represents it well, you have this unique feeling of, oh, someone gets it. I'm not alone. And when it's from different perspectives, from different cultures and different walks of life, you foster empathy and understanding for them. Stories make us human, and it connects us with people, but also to ourselves. Personally, I find it significantly easier, I should say infinitely easier, to deal with complex emotions when I know that I'm not the only one dealing with them. Because true loneliness is one of the worst things in the world. Stories hold a mirror to our face and it reflects our challenges, our obstacles, our dreams, and our goals. And when characters with our challenges, with our goals, we relate to them. And when these characters beat the odds and break through obstacles, we not only feel cathartic release, but we also spot ways to beat our own challenges in our life. Some of us, or at least I, look up to some of these fictional characters like role models. When I'm in a situation where I'm facing devastating failure, I think about Spider-Man. Weird, I know. But think about this. He's a man that has been beaten and beaten while he's broken and still stands up. Not because he wants to, but because he has to. There is something powerful in that, and I derive hope from it. Now, since this speech is about storytelling, let me tell you a story. So, a few weeks back, I was rummaging through my old cardboard boxes, and I found this CD of Tom and Jerry. I used to be obsessed with Tom and Jerry, and I mean obsessed, and my parents can attest to this. There are photos and videos of me striking the Tom pose, the one that goes like this and walking around my house. My distant relatives still ask me if I do that at 17 years of age. So you can understand my hype when I popped in the old dusty CD into my computer and I saw Tom and Jerry flash between my eyes. It still had the same slapstick humor, the same comedy. It had Tom and Jerry. It was Tom and Jerry. But it was different now. Not because the CD was scratched or anything, but because I was different now. And instead of it being a moment of sadness, I felt strangely content. It's good to know that you have grown and evolved, but I still see traces of myself in those CDs. I'm an author, and I'm going to try to describe this feeling, even though I probably can't, but I'm going to try anyway. It's like landmarks around your house, but replace the landmarks with memories and your house with your heart. That's how it felt. Now, I would like to end the speech with a question again. Who really taught you, or should I say, what really taught you that overconfidence leads to failure? Was it a man saying, overconfidence leads to failure, everyone beware? Or the story of the tortoise and the rabbit who decided to have a race? Thank you.